wonderful meeting yesterday.
Yes.
We went Eastside.
We did. We went to Eastside Radio, which is, community radio is very close to my heart. I've worked there for many, many years. And Eastside has got a fabulous reputation. They're sort of located in the eastern suburbs of...
Fabulous arts program too for their radio.
Yeah. So they've got that arts focus. And you and I pitched a radio program we'd like to do, on new writers and writing. So that's one aspect of it, but we also had the little link where one of the broadcasters, one of the people who work as a volunteer at Eastside Radio, auditioned for one of our books. Yeah. And she was selected by the author. A very big, beautiful group of voices. We boiled it down to 8. I couldn't do it any smaller than that. And
because usually it's about 4 or 5, isn't it?
Usually it's 4 or 5. But because, James Beckingham, the author of Songforge, had provided a large scope of voices that he wanted. And I wanted him to have a little taste of each of those ranges. And because it's a dystopian novel, it's more like a completely fantasy novel, with a samurai element. Yeah. It's a global product, so it's full of adventure and excitement. And he chose 2 very exciting little parts of the book to be, scripted as the audition. So people's voice was tested, during that. And it was full of movement and colour and, excitement. Yeah,
it's one of the more adventurous narrations we've done so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had everything from a deep, rolling English-type Caribbean voice to a transgender voice that was melodic and harmonic and everything in between. Yeah. It was a great meeting with Tony.
The manager.
Tony Smythe, the manager, and he's been a manager there for 15 years. Yeah. And, we had met before in our, realm within community broadcasting. And he's very caring and careful of his station. And it was a conversation that covered a lot of aspects, but he was really keen to support Yasmin, who's one of his volunteers, to get, to be able to build up her skills as a narrator, for audiobooks, which is such a burgeoning, growing area. So it was exciting for all of us. Yeah. And Yasmin's super excited. She'll be meeting James Beckingham by Zoom tomorrow morning for the first time.
Oh, great. And production will start in about 2 weeks?
It will start in 2 weeks. So, there's a little bit of lead up. Yasmin will take away the book and be reading it and sort of prepping herself.
Get across the characters, get a feel for it.
Get a feel for it. And then on the 14th of September, it'll start rolling. And I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to working more with James because he and his whole family are involved. So they all listen to the auditions and, they make they had a vote and, they agonised over the right voice. So it was, he is a lovely person.
I think the writing is quite a solitary experience. So it's nice now for him to bring out his story and be able to share it with his family and work on it together.
Yeah. Well, as you know, we interviewed Christina Percival earlier, who's a narrator who's just finished Zoe Rouse, The Olympus Project. And the way that she talked about the book and how, despite her best efforts, she was immersed in each of the characters and was telling them don't make this decision. And I think that's what authors need to know, is that the narrator is that one other person in the whole world who's going to know every word of your book as closely as you do, unless you get an amazing copy editor. And as a copy editor, very often you have to, kind of keep your distance a little bit. But as the narrator, mouthing all those, the dialogue and the characters.
Very intimate.
It is intimate, but it's also an intimate experience for the listener. I think the intimacy of getting something right in your ear, you want to treat that experience for the listener with respect, so you're getting the right voice, you're getting a voice that, believes in the characters and the story and is giving the best possible experience for the author and for the listener. Yeah.